Hi there, Joseph Kursky here with you to talk about a book called The GIS Guide to Public Domain Data. The GIS Guide to Public Domain Data. Now, Jill Clark and I wrote this book because we're both very passionate about how to use data, why to use data, issues of data quality, etc. I used to work at the U.S. Geological Survey, for example, and so I have a long time interest in meaningful use and understanding of spatial data. Now, this book aims to help GIS users, instructors, and others develop their skills in finding, using, and applying spatial data to solve problems. It also highlights some of the issues that GIS practitioners are likely to encounter working with geospatial data, including format, pricing, copyright, cloud computing, and more. The book also provides context for the development of the numerous data portals that we see today in terms of the organizations that collect and provide access to data and the policies that govern spatial data use. Now, each chapter in this book discusses the major issues associated with public domain spatial data by presenting both sides of the debate, helping you appreciate the complexity of these issues and their relevance to your everyday work with GIS. This information will help users in all areas of the GIS community become critical users of data, mindful of provenance, quality, and appropriate use. Now, on a blog called the Spatial Reserves Data Blog, Jill Clark and I try to keep the conversation current. In other words, the book was published, it's got content in it, really deep and rich content, but we wanted to keep the conversation going. So in the spatialreserves.wordpress.com blog, we keep these issues alive and we invite conversation with the community. So we talk about how do you understand data? How do you know if data is any good, especially in this modern world that we're living in with cloud-based services and tools and crowdsourced information. So that's why we wrote the book, and that's why we keep the conversation going with the Spatial Reserves blog, because data is all around us. But how do we make sense of it? How do we know if it's good or not good? And what about location privacy and other issues from local to global scale that increasingly affect our everyday lives in dealing with data? So again, the GIS Guide to Public Domain Data and the Spatial Reserves Data Blog. Hope you enjoy them both and hope you find them useful. Thank you.